What is going on? Welcome to the live stream. Appreciate everyone in here. Let's get the live stream going. And let's take a look at Bitcoin, right? Let's see what's going on here with Bitcoin, the overall market. Put this on. There we go. Looks great now. Let's go live here also. Gonna be a great live stream. 30. All right, sounds good. Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello. The sound should be good, so let me know if you guys can hear me well. Of course. But how are you guys doing today? Welcome. Great to have all you guys in here. Let me just check something out. Background opacity. All right. Yeah, how are you guys doing today? We're gonna check out your favorite altcoins, crypto, and everything. So stay tuned. We'll take a look here at Bitcoin and your favorite altcoins, of course. Eggwatch says, yes, we are hearing you. Awesome. Great. That's great. I also have some background music. Hopefully it's not too loud. Maybe you might not even be able to hear it, but I do have some. So let me know if that's good too. But yeah, we're going to take a look here at Bitcoin. I'm going to share my honest thoughts. What's going on. And how Bitcoin is looking, right? We pulled back a little bit to 65K. But are we still potentially going back to 67? So, you know, we are holding that 200 MA on the weekly, right? The monthly, making a decent monthly here. Going back to the past point of control right here, right? The past support. So that's where we're getting resistance, that past support level, which we went this month to 66,900, which I told you guys was my target. You guys, not last live stream, but the live stream past, I told you 66,900. That's exactly where we tagged. So a lot are long. Yeah, a lot of people are longing now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we do push up higher, right? Maybe, like I said, guys, my first target was 66,900, which is exactly where we came down to. And I said that 2 live streams ago, came up to. And my next target after that is around 69,200, which is around the 21 and the 25 MA, as you can see right there, right? And this is the first time in a while on the weekly that we're actually flipping the 25, the 21 and 25, right? The 25 bleeding the yellow. So this is a bullish sign here, I'm not gonna lie. So we might pump up with this crossing, right? Flipping. R3 says, do you think 70K and then lower? Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, right? Since the past 3 days, 69K plus, right? So 69 to 72K, that level is where we can put in our lower high. If we are bullish though, we're gonna break the 21, the 25 MA. And then if you go to my special chart, the trend analysis chart, which I have put in the school 2 days ago, we're gonna break this macro downtrend, as you can see, right? This super macro downtrend that we've been in. If you actually look at it, if we are bullish, we break the 25-21 MA, which is around 69K right now, 69,770K, and then we break this, you know, over 71K. breaking that macro downtrend. I think that's very bullish, but again, that's going to take a lot for Bitcoin to actually do. So we'll see. EG says, we are good boss. It's okay. Awesome, man. That's great. Thank you. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for the likes, by the way. Appreciate everyone in here. And I got some great news. So if you guys didn't know, I am coming out with the 8 signals to buy the bottom. That's been my main focus, and I already finished that. It's coming out probably like August 1st, so the first day of August. And then, but before that, I've been working on a new indicator, my 13th indicator. I'm going to showcase it here for you guys. I want to show you it because this is it's one of my best indicators that I've been working on so far, and I'm excited to bring it to you guys that are in the school community. It's called the Ultimate On-Chain Indicator, and I'm going to showcase it here right now. I want to share it with you guys. It's this one right here. Okay, this is it. This is the ultimate. I didn't name it. I didn't name that for no reason. Okay, I named that for a good reason. The Ultimate On-Chain Indicator. It is a multi-indicator, all-in-one. And the main focus of this indicator is on-chain indicators. And the reason why I want to create this indicator is because a big part of my focus on buying the bottom has been on-chain. And I covered this in the 8 signals to buy the bottom course that is coming out. And we really don't see a lot of on-chain indicators on TradingView, or a lot of people don't really talk about it a lot. Okay. So I created one that shows you on the charts, and this is it. I'm going to show you how powerful this indicator is. This is literally a crazy indicator. Okay, I'm going to show you why it's so powerful. So like I said, the theme of it is on-chain blockchain analytics. And this shows you, I'm going to go through each one by one, right? The electricity cost of Bitcoin. This is basically the electricity cost of Bitcoin. Once we start breaking below this, it's basically much more the electricity is much more to mine Bitcoin. Okay, we have the total cost of Bitcoin, the total cost that you need to mine a Bitcoin, which we can see we're way below it. Usually we bottom when we're below it. Okay, the realized price of Bitcoin, this is another big one. The realized price of Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure you guys know what that is, right? When the average price of people that hold Bitcoin, whether they're in profit or loss. So right now, the average price, based on the average price, most people are in profit, because the realized price is around 52,700. Okay. So I'm telling you, there's a lot of on-chain analytics based on this indicator. The CVD, the top, mid, bottom, the Pure multiple, the MVRV Z-score, it shows you right here. The short-term holder proxy MA. This one is a big one because you can see right here, we've been getting resistance on it, right? The SOAP R, the NUPL, the miner revenue, and then the balance price, which is also a great one, because the balance price, which is in white, we usually bottom on it every single bear market, and this one, I mean, we're still way above it. It's around like 39k. So that's kind of frightening if you're a bull right now, because we usually bottom on it. And look, all these on-chain indicators, they all have a definition, right? They all have a meaning to them, which I'm gonna cover in the future live stream or a video. But I'm telling you, all of these are super important, and they all deal with on-chain indicators. Okay, and they're very important. So this is the indicator I'm working on. It's almost finished. It's gonna come out probably this month. I'll keep you guys updated on that. But I'm telling you, this is one of my favorite indicators that I've been working on, because I never covered this theme of on-chain data and analytics. So stay tuned for that. Cardano, yeah, I'm gonna check out Cardano. Call me your favorite altcoins you guys want me to check out. Hi, what's up, Summer? Thanks for coming to the live stream. So 64, 63 bottom is since major support. H bar as well. Solana. Yeah, let's actually take a look at Solana real quick. And by the way, guys, if you see any comments saying check out my bio and all this stuff, don't check them out. I'm muting all of them as we go in the live stream. What is the name of the indicator? So look, all my indicators, they're all private indicators because they're only available to the people in the school. If you want to join the school, it's the link in the bio or pinned comment. It's this right here. Okay, this is where you get the 8 signals to buy the bottom. But check it out if you're interested. And yeah, they're private indicators on TradingView that I coded myself. And you'll get access to them, as well as my others. This one's my 13th indicator. So yeah, I do have a YouTube channel. I'm actually live right now. I do have a YouTube. So all you gotta do is just search Sir Lewis on YouTube and you'll find me. I got like 32K subs. So let's take a look here at Solana for R3. Cardano, yeah, I'll check out Cardano next. Also in the school, you'll get all my private charts, my entry charts. This is my entry chart here for Solana. I already hit a price target here around 69 bucks. And by the way, I had this chart charted out ever since Solana was still around 200 plus, right? So we came here to my first target. Next target is around 50 bucks, 46. This one right here. Okay, and yeah, I mean Solana, it's holding the Fibonacci level. But again, if Bitcoin does go down, which I believe it will probably roll over. You can see on the weekly, a couple weeks back, we rejected. I mean, on the weekly is pretty clear, right? We rejected the 21 and 25 MAs, putting in lower highs. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, if Bitcoin does move up big and we test this again, it could be another rejection around 80, above 80 bucks for Solana. But most likely, we're probably going to follow this momentum to the downside and test $69 again. And if we lose 69 bucks, we're probably going to have a big drop, right? That's probably going to be when Bitcoin makes a big drop to 50 bucks. So that's, look, 50 bucks, that level is where Solana could potentially bottom out, in my opinion. You actually look at it right here, right? This is just a huge gap here, right, for Solana. And this is what I've been pointing out regarding Solana. This is just a huge gap where Solana really never had any price action. It just had a massive pump or a massive dump. Okay, and there's a ton of support right here. Okay, from rejection, right? A lot of past resistance right there. So you might be coming down to this zone, which is literally exactly 46 bucks, to basically flip it as support or create some type of bottom there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, shout out to Adrian calling the top. Last live stream, the past live streams, he's always here calling the top on Solana. He's like a Solana specialist. So shout out to Adrian, bro. Thank you. Hold to 70 bucks, then long it. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I just talked about right now. 69, 70 bucks. That's where it looks like Solana wants to come down to. So Aerodrome Finance. Let me actually cover Cardano here first, and then we'll cover Aerodrome. And you mean Aerodrome, right? So Cardano is kind of... it's kind of bearish, right? I mean, it's finally creating some support, right? Consolidating here, but as we can see on the weekly, I mean, short term, we might have a push up here for Cardano, right? Potentially to that 21, 25 in May. So if you do go over 20 cents Cardano, I'll be very short. Okay, I'll be looking to short. Yeah. I mean, you just look at Cardano, it's nothing bullish about it right now, to be honest. It's just down a ton. Buying in right now, you could be potentially just buying a falling knife, right? It's already been a falling knife. And we might push up to 20 cents short term, but if you see the trend is your friend here, we might reject the 25, 21, just like we did right here when we pushed up to 28 cents. So right here, we consolidated, right? Push up 28 cents, big drop. We're consolidating, then we push up to 20 cents, potentially another big drop. So Yeah, I would just be careful with Cardano. You hold any? Not really. I used to hold Polkadot. Oh, great. Let me appeal it. I don't know what's up with TikTok. They just sent me a visibility restricted. Let me appeal it because it's just so annoying. I've literally been live streaming the past days. I never even got this. So hopefully they accept it. So let's take a look at Aerodrome. But yeah, I don't hold any Polkadot. Thank God, because it came down a ton. Sonny, what's up? Sonny, you mean 50K? Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm going to cover just comment your favorite altcoins you guys want me to check out. Hyper, H-Bar, I got you guys. Don't worry. Do not worry. But Aerodrome, you can see Aerodrome had a big move to the Fibonacci level, exactly the Fibonacci level of 60 cents. And then it was a big rejection this exact month. So yeah, I mean, it's not good. Right? We might push up one more time, possibly to 50 cents. You do push up again, I would watch for like some type of head and shoulders, right? Forming. Where we do push up again, create some type of head and shoulders, and then start breaking to the downside. Again, you want to watch the timing with this as well. Watching Bitcoin being the leader. But I mean, if you're bullish on Aerodrome long term, doesn't hurt to buy at this zone. Right? This could be a retest here short term. So I'm bullish on Aerodrome. But I bought a ton here around 40 cents, right? Under 40 cents. And yeah, you look on the weekly. What's bullish though is that we are holding the 25.21. So if on the weekly we hold the 25.21, right, we got a bullish close here. That's pretty good here for Aerodrome to make that push. Like I said, you just want to watch 50 cents over 50 cents. So short term, I mean, this looks pretty good. This is Aerodrome. Yeah. Let me actually, should I move the chart so you guys can see which coin I'm looking at? Let me see here real quick. Yeah, I can actually move it like that. You see that? So now you guys will be able to see which coin I'm actually looking at. I'll see it right there. And yeah, the next coin was H-Bar. We'll take a look at it. Aero, yeah. What do you think about long-term AVAX? Man, AVAX has been looking really bad. Just similar to Cardano. A lot of coins. You know, I have some AVAX that I'm down on. I'm going to hold it long-term, but I definitely wouldn't recommend getting in until AVAX starts creating bullish bottoming patterns, right? Actually consolidating. As you can see, every single month we've been dropping, right? So you could be buying into a falling knife here. I mean, the next level for AVAX is at $4. So all it takes is Bitcoin breaking 60K, going into 50s, 40s for AVAX to be here at $4. So I wouldn't recommend buying AVAX right now. Yeah. What was it? H-Bar. H-Bar making a decent move here on the weekly, pushing up a little bit. But again, similar to a lot of altcoins, the trend is down, right? We're probably going to keep pushing down here. Maybe we might get a short-term bounce. But you can see, you do get a short-term bounce for H-Bar. I'll watch out 77 to 8 cents, right? That Fibonacci zone, which we actually pushed up this month. So if you do push up more, watch 8 cents anywhere around this level, because we can get a rejection there and then continue to the downside following Bitcoin. But long term, I'm bullish on H-Bar. This is a coin I am accumulating in the bear market. All right. See some more coins. Hype. I think someone said hype. Let me see if they accepted my appeal. Of course, that's what's annoying about TikTok. They literally restricted. I don't even know if it lets me see. So they basically send me this thing, say, oh, your live's restricted because of some BS reason. And then I appealed it, but it doesn't say anything. And what sucks about that is when it's restricted, it's shown to like less people. But it's all good. Let's take a look here at hype. Let's see how much hype's been coming down. I think it's around, I thought it was lower, but it's around 57 right now. So yeah, I mean, it looks like hype wants to continue down to at least come down to the 21.25 MA, which is around 51 bucks, right? So you can see on the weekly, we are breaking support. So price action, we're seeing a lot of bearish signs here on the price action. So I would expect this to come down to that 25.21 in May, which is around 52. And let's see if we can, which is around the same price as the previous top. So it's going to be a big target here for hype. All right. So if you're looking to buy hype long term, this will be a great price target, even though it can come down more, right? We can come down and test the 50 MA on the weekly, which is around 43. So let's see some more coins. Comment some more coins you guys want me to check out. Ondo. Oh, we got PIF. Yeah, I forgot. Let me do it in order. Let's do PIF here for Cuban. Shout out to Cuban Diesel. PIF. Let me try to find the best PIF chart. All right, the Get.io one is not that bad. So on the weekly, not looking that bad, right? We broke the 25.21. Let's see if we can hold it. We can get a closing here above it, especially on the weekly, which ends in 3 days. I would say this is bullish for us to continue to the upside here, right? Because you can see here we broke above it, but the next week, right, big dump, right? Then we dump more. Now we broke above it. You can get this weekly close here. This we're potentially retesting, right? We hold this 25.21 in May on the weekly. I can see a big move to the upside. So far looking pretty bullish. Also on the monthly, we're having some resistance here, right? If we can close above the previous 3 months, right? That's gonna be pretty bullish too, right? Engulfing the previous 3 months on PIF. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. But again, it depends. The closing is everything. So you want to pay attention to the closing. Okay. 3-day too, right? If we can get a retest here on the 3-day to the 50 MA, right? We can do something like that. Boom, retest, and then off we go. So I am liking PIF. This is setting up itself to be a nice long. So yeah, Chainlink. Let's take a look at Chainlink here for Gav's dad. Shout out to Gav's dad. Let's take a look here at Chainlink on the long term and short term as well. I want to also look at the short term, not long term, not just long term, right? On the weekly though, we're right on the 25 and 21. So let's see. I mean, we might have a bullish ending to this week and start pushing above the 21 and 25, right? Which it looks like we're going to cross. So that's pretty bullish. The fact that we're going to cross here the 21 and 25, right? You can see right there. So if we pump up the next 2 days, we get the cross, this is going to be pretty bullish. So far though, it's acting as resistance. So let's go here on the shorter time frames to see if we can see some more insight. All right, you can see that we are getting resistance here also on the 3-day, 50-day. But again, we can get some resistance, retest, pull back, and then get a decent bounce, ending the week, closing the week healthy. That would be good. That would be great. You can see also on the 3-day, on the daily, we get the bounce on the 25-21, get a retest, bounce on the 50. Now we're resisting the daily 100 in purple. So if we come down, right, we're on the daily, we're in the uptrend. We could come down to the 830, $8.30. Retest that, bounce off of that, boom, break the 100 daily. Very bullish, very bullish. So it's gonna be a pretty exciting weekly close here the next 2 days for Chainlink to see if we're able to close. If we are, then we're probably gonna go to 950 or possibly $10. Okay. So in long term, I mean, Chainlink, I'm super bullish long term. I did buy in on this drop here last month for Chainlink. I did buy some Chainlink. Like I said, what Chainlink is aiming to do, and I said this, I've been saying this for a long time, it's aiming to dip down into, well, first of all, it was aiming to come down into this zone. Just like Solana, this is the zone here for Chainlink where there's not really a lot of price action. You see this zone? It's really just dumps and pumps, right? Or this massive wick, which is a dump. So now recently we came down to form some type of price action, which is, you know, it's building structure long term. And with the price action, it dipped down into the bear market zone, right? Not the bear market lows, but the bear market medium and the bear market range here. And this month is a pretty healthy, not reversal yet, right? But it's a pretty healthy bounce back. So it shows you that there is a lot of buyers here. That's what it really tells me. If there weren't, we will be kind of still struggling here and heading down to $6. So this is a good thing, right? I'm one of the smart buyers that bought here around 7.30, and now we're bouncing back to $8. So a good sign to see a decent bounce here for this zone here for Chainlink. So pretty good. And yeah, unfortunately, based on the views, I think TikTok has restricted my live, which sucks. But it's all good. You know, the good thing is they don't do this every live. Literally the past lives, they never restricted my live, but the past 3 live streams, it's kind of like random. I think it's just like the bots just get random. Let me see if they send me any updates. Yeah, they didn't send me any updates. But it's all good. Thank you guys for the likes. You guys been killing it. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin, the overall market. If you guys are just tuning in, by the way, I created, well, I'm in the process of creating a new indicator. I'll share it here in a bit. Sell AVAX. So I was asking for AVAX. Seller. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, AVAX, I would just not be looking at AVAX right now, right? It's just a falling knife. It's probably going to keep falling down with Bitcoin. You look at the MAs, right? I mean, we could catch a bounce here, but we're probably going to get resistance at the 21.25. You can see even on the daily, we're just having these big drops here. Yesterday was a big drop. And yeah, I mean, Bitcoin breaking down 60K plus. This coin is going down to potentially $4. All right, so it's been following kind of the same thing what Cardano's doing. So I would just, like I said, if you're bullish on AVAX, you want to wait till it consolidates. And before it even starts running up, I believe Bitcoin's going to be running up. So that's going to be your first hint. I joined your fan club for 100 days. Let's freaking go. Shout out to Little Timmy. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for being in the fan club. Pepe. Sure, I'll take a look at Pepe. Let me take a look at Pepe. Thank you for the likes too, guys. You guys have been killing the likes. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, so I'm actually kind of interested here in Pepe. Let's see how Pepe is doing. So here my Pepe acute, entry strategy chart, which again, you guys can have access to this in the school. We came down to my first target, right? I've been having this for months out. Our first target right here, we came down, we got a decent bounce, we're in the golden pocket. So for a lot of bullish altcoins and Bitcoin, it's a good time to start getting in, right? Start accumulating. It really is. Not necessarily that the bottom is in, right? We can still have the big crash. You can see how Pepe has been respecting the resistance here downwards, right? The 25 and 21, look at that. We had the massive pump here. That's exactly where we rejected on the weekly. Right there. Boom, right? Then the second lower high. We broke above it, but basically on the Fibonacci and the 25-21, boom. So now, if we do push up with the market, this is the price level I'd watch out for, which is literally around the past support. That's the target right there. You're looking to short or take profits on Pepe, right? Maybe you bought a ton right here at the bottom. You're looking to take profits. This is the zone right there. If you get a decent pump. And if we do fall down much lower, right, you want to look at these targets again. If you're in the school, you have access to this chart. And I will be updating it as we go. Right now, I created a lot of entry, laddering in charts to help you accumulate at the right times. This is definitely one of them. And I have multiple charts for Bitcoin since Bitcoin is, you know, the main character. I have my trend analysis chart, as you guys can see. This is going to be a big chart in really helping us know when the bottom is in. I'm telling you, because you can literally see what happens every past bottom. Right? We have a bullish bottoming pattern followed by a break of trend. That's what is going to do. It's going to happen here too, right? You're going to have a bullish bottoming pattern followed by the break of trend, which we haven't broken it yet. So this is a big, very important chart. My other important chart is this one. I'm super proud of this chart because this chart, like I said before, it shows you the yearly cycle pattern for Bitcoin. And it's been following this exact pattern in order since 2011, right? You can see right here, 2012, we rally. 2013, we top. 2014, we bottom. 2015, we recover. Disbelief rally. 2016, we rally. 2017, we top. 2018, we bottom. Then what happens 2019? I remember that year because that's the year I got into crypto. That's really the year I got into crypto. But 2019, we have a disbelief rally. Not a disbelief rally, it's a disbelief recovery, right? And then we got the rally. So the rally really is, it's following the momentum to the upside. That's what the rally is. And then the top, we top in 2021. So you guys can see it's following the same order yearly, the same exact order. And you can see how we top in 2025. And now this is the bottoming year. This is why it's the year to be focused on crypto. And most people are not, right? The views, people uploading crypto, the media, no one's interested in crypto, but that's really the trend in the bottoming year. It was the same way in 2022, same way in 2018. So that's more confirmation that we're in a bottoming year. I believe we will continue to follow this into the future. I believe next year is going to be a recovery year. I don't know up to where we will recover to. I would say my guess would be maybe 100K, right? Around 100K or more. I don't know, but I know we'll definitely recover 2027. I mean, like recovery. So the recovery here for 2023, right? We started around 43, 44, and then we recovered basically to 45K that year. So the past year, the same price to where we dumped from is the same price to where we recovered in 2023. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah. ETC. What's up, Urban? Thanks for coming to the live stream. Let me know if you're still here, Urban. I'll check out Zcash. Let me check out ETC. I got you. ETC. Let's take a look at ETC. It's coming down hard, right? Coming down here back to 2020 levels. I would just yeah, I mean, it's historic lows. If you're bullish on this, doesn't hurt to buy a little bit, but I just want to make this a big DCA zone just yet, because Bitcoin can still go down much lower, and you can see it's still in this massive downtrend below the 25 and 21, you know, rejecting that zone. So I'll watch out here for a couple months out, right? We can potentially fall down lower to $5. You're looking at past support levels. And plus too, like, you want to buy into an altcoin that you believe will eventually survive, not go to zero. So there's really no signs that this coin will survive until we start to get some bullish bottoming patterns, along with Bitcoin bouncing up. So when Bitcoin starts to recover and bounce up, you want to really come back to this coin and really see, okay, have we been following Bitcoin? Are we bottomed? Are we following Bitcoin to the upside? So yeah. Then that's with a lot of coins, right? Not just ETC. A lot of coins. The attitude you want to have for a lot of altcoins right now is just accumulate the ones that you're bullish on slowly, but really once Bitcoin does start to have more bullish price action, and you get more confirmation that Bitcoin has bottomed and it starts to put in higher lows and go push up, then you want to start coming to the altcoins and really like, okay, are these coins following Bitcoin? Or are they also showing bullish bottoming signs, right? And not putting in new lows and like a falling knife, because you're not going to miss out on these altcoins. It's very rare that an altcoin is just going to get a massive green candle before Bitcoin bottoms out and starts to recover in a bullish way. Okay, so that's really the attitude you want to have. But it's still important to, and that's why I live stream here and show you guys, give you guys my opinions on the altcoins. Tony, what's up, Tony? You can check out Fetch. Yeah, I'll take a look at Fetch for you. Take a look at Fetch. Fetch also coming down, man. It's testing its support. Not looking too good here on the weekly. We can see. So yeah, I mean, you know, you can accumulate into this zone, right? We're testing support here. Doesn't hurt to buy here for Fetch a little bit, but we can still definitely break this and start putting in some new lows, right? And then I would say a big target for that is around here, around 10 cents. So I would say Fetch, most likely with Bitcoin dropping, comes back down to this zone to find some support here, around 10 cents to 8 cents here. But again, doesn't hurt to accumulate some right here, right? A small percentage that you want to invest into this coin, because we can definitely get a bounce here. Algo. Let's take a look at Algo. Let's take a look at Algorand. Yeah, it's bullish next bull run if it does what I said, right? Well, what I said was when Bitcoin starts to recover, if it starts to follow Bitcoin and bottom out and starts to recover alongside Bitcoin. And yeah, man, Algo had a big dump here. I didn't even see this recently on the monthly. And I'm pretty sure this is correlated with the MAs. We see here on the monthly come up to like 14 cents and then we're back to 8 cents. I mean, this is not good at all. I don't know what made Algo just dump this much. Basically, you're at the bottom, so Yeah, I mean, this coin kind of similar with Fetch too, right? I would, if you're bullish on this coin, doesn't hurt to accumulate at the lows here. I mean, we're basically at the lows, testing the lows here, but again, don't put in a good amount, a big amount just yet, right? I mean, this is, can definitely break this floor. All it takes is Bitcoin to move downwards. And this is not a healthy dump here on the monthly, the previous month. And even this month doesn't look healthy either, right? We have like a topping tail here, right? So just be careful of algo. You can also see on the daily, we just been rejecting that 25, 21 every single time. We just can't break above it. So I mean, that's not bullish until we start breaking above it, closing above 8 cents and a half. Then we can work our way to 9 cents. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin. I want to share here, definitely before I get off live, my special indicator that I've been working on, my 13th indicator. I can't believe it is my 13th one, that it's coming out soon. Tonic, I got you. I'll take a look at Tonic next, right after this. Last question. Then I'm just viewing Bitcoin lowest price roughly for the bear run. You want me to share you Bitcoin? I'll share my opinion. Right, like I said, going here to my Bitcoin accumulation strategy chart here, which is available in the school. And by the way, guys, all these charts, my entry strategy charts here, which helps you buy the bottom, accumulate the bottom, is all available in the school. You guys can check it out in the pinned comment and bio. But here, based on the Fibonacci levels, based on the MAs as well, right, the 300 MA on the weekly is around 55K. So breaking 60K, that's my next target. Then after that, we break the 300. I would say my next target is 48K, which was also the bottom here in August 2024. And below that, you know, I'm on the side, like if I had to bet, I would bet that we don't go below that. But if we do, my lowest price target is 43, 42. Okay, but the way you want to take on this chart that I created for the school community, which you guys can have access to, is you want to buy in at these targets, right? As we're going down, you ladder in. And each time we go down more, you ladder in more, okay? So that's really the attitude you want to have with this chart. But yeah, that's just my opinion on it. And sharing here my indicator that I'm working on. I'm almost finished with it. I code all my indicators. All my indicators are private. And all 13 of them are available to the people in the school community. And this one is special because it's called the Ultimate On-Chain Indicator. And the reason why it's the Ultimate On-Chain Indicator is because it shows you, I coded so it shows you multiple on-chain indicators. Okay, and some of these are the realized price. It's right there, right here, right? You can see based on the color. And look, if you don't like some of them, you can just toggle them off here in the settings. But you can see right here, the electricity costs, which is in yellow, right? The total cost to mine a full Bitcoin. So this is basically like if you were to mine a whole Bitcoin, this is the total cost that you would have to basically pay from the electricity and everything. The MVR V score, Z score, right there. The Powell multiple, the CVDD, the S short-term holder proxy. And this one's pretty big, right? This one is pretty big because you can see on the weekly, it's right here in red. It's been acting as resistance. We just came up to it right here. So, and again, all these, right, in the future, I'm going to explain what they are, but they all have very deep definitions here regarding on-chain analytics. You can just Google them, right? The balance price is around 39K. That's the one I'm kind of scared on because the balance price, which is in white, every single bear market we came near it. Okay. In fact, every single bear market we basically bottomed on it. And right now that's at 39K. So that's kind of one of the only indicators that's making me kind of scared and thinking that maybe this might be a bigger drop than what most people think for Bitcoin. but the balance price is around 39,000. And look, like I said, all these indicators, you can just Google them. They all have a certain formula that they're calculated, but this formula is based on the theme of this indicator, which is on chain, right? It's based off the blockchain, and to me that's super important because you know, a lot of us traders, we kind of forget about the on-chain analytics and the blockchain and everything. And this is why I created this, because it really helps you also look on that other side of the crypto universe. And it's on TradingView, so. Ondo. Yeah, let's take a look here at Tonic first, and then we'll take a look at Ondo. Tonic. I do have a little bit of this coin on crypto.com. It's available on crypto.com. And man, this month has actually been green. It's actually been green this month. You can see we've just been in this massive downtrend on Tonic. I mean, this is a super low cap coin, so it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, I would say Tonic starts being bullish once we on the 2 week, once we break the 21 MA. We can start closing above the 21 MA on the 2 week, right? I would say that's bullish because that's been acting as resistance this whole time on the 2 week. So we get this bullish, you know, higher low. We close above this. We're probably going to start pushing up. And let me check here if Tonic has bullish divergence here. But my other indicator I coded. Yeah, it does. So it does have a bullish divergence here, putting the higher low. Actually, no, it doesn't. Yeah, this is just regular. Yeah, this is not bullish divergence. This is just a regular RSI. You can see it's also putting a higher low. It would be bullish divergence if it was putting in like a lower low on the RSI, but it's not. But yeah, there you go. Ondo. Let's take a look at Ondo. Graham. Don't worry, guys. Just don't forget to like. Unfortunately, TikTok restricted this live stream. That's why we didn't get a lot of viewers, which sucks. I don't know why TikTok did that when literally the past 5 days, 5 live streams, I didn't get 1 restriction. But we'll take a look here at Ondo and see what's going on. I'm actually liking Ondo. Because we came down hard with the market. We had a massive push up. Now we're putting in. We came down here for a retest and we're bouncing off pretty good. And that retest was on the weekly 21.25 with the crossover. So this is pretty bullish price action. I'm not going to lie. For Ondo. It's pretty bullish price action. Because we don't just retest the 21.25. We bounce on it while it's crossing over. You see? So there's multiple. There's like 3 bullish things happening here. The retest, the higher low, closing above the previous support, the previous resistance, and the crossover on the 21.25, and bottoming on the 21.25 on the weekly. So I mean, that's really bullish. I'm not gonna lie. On the short term, right, on the 3-day, we're getting resistance on the 100 MA, but and also on the 300. So you can see that's why we're kind of, yeah, it's on the 300 daily. That's why we're kind of getting some resistance here, but you know, we can push. I would say if we push down, we get a decent bounce off this level, right, 38 to 37 cents. We might put in another higher low there and then push up. But this is pretty good here based off the weekly. And let's actually check out my RSI here, see how it's looking. But yeah, it's starting to move up pretty decently here, right? back to overbought. So I mean, that's a good sign, right? We were overbought, but now we put in the higher low, we're going back to overbought. So anytime, man. ZBEC. Sure, we'll take a look at ZBEC. I think I have it here saved, do I? Oh no. Yeah, I do have it saved. Let's see. Oh wow. The last 3 months ZBEC came down hard, right? I think I talked about this price for ZBEC. The 618 level here on the Fibonacci. I've been having this chart here for ZBEC. But you see, we're coming down to it. We're coming down to it. So it's basically, you know, ZBEC wants to come down to flip the past resistance as support. So I would expect ZBEC to fill in this gap here and potentially, like, you know, it can come down lower, right? I mean, it could come down to 0.15 still. Dipped here a little bit. But ZBEC in the 618 zone, which is below 0.1858, I would say it's a good time to accumulate, right? Because we can consolidate here. Then we can have a big crash wick down to 0.15, and then bottom could be in, and we could start to recover. But right now it's bearish. It's going to continue this momentum down, especially if Bitcoin comes down, right? It doesn't hurt to buy some right now because we are testing the lows here. So if you're bullish on ZBEC, you could buy a small DC, a small chunk right now, but based on what I see in the charts, it definitely looks like it wants to. I mean, look at the daily, for example. I mean, look at the daily. Ever since it topped out, it's just been below the daily 21 and 25, just resisting it like crazy. Yeah. So that's just my opinion. And you guys been killing it today. I appreciate all the likes. Itachi, what's up, bro? Wait for 55. Yeah, it's one of my targets. The 300 MA is around 55 on the weekly as well. It's around 54 now, but it's 54,900. So, but yeah, I'm super proud of this indicator. I can't wait to get it out to you guys in the school. The ultimate on-chain indicator. This is insane. The realized price is also at 52. You see right here, the realized price is at 52. Last time we came down to the realized, we came below the realized price, right? We broke it. We came below it. We got the retest on it. So we're getting close to that realized price. You bought Bitcoin at 57? Nice. I bought Ethereum at 1500. So I'm happy about that. In your opinion, what do you think is a good target for Ethereum to bottom out? So if you believe Bitcoin is going to 55, where do you see Ethereum going down to? And we got 20,000 likes. Thank you guys. Thank you. Let me know, can you guys hear the background music? Is it too loud? Is it too low? Or is it like at a good balance? Because if it's too low, I'll put it up a little bit higher next live stream. I'll definitely know it's not too loud. Check out the settings. Let me check out the live center. Because I want to see the reason why they restricted my live stream. Because it didn't say it on the notification. I guess I gotta log in. I'll do that later. You're good. Awesome. If it dropped to 1400, that's your target. Okay, so ETH wouldn't drop down as much, right? Okay. Shout out to Tachi. Thanks for your opinion. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be waiting for ETH at 1100 or something like that, right? 1000. What the right time to sell ETC depends on your logic on the coming bull run. Well, first you want to focus on ETC even recovering, right? You want to see if ETC even has a chance of recovering. And you're going to find that out this bear market when Bitcoin bottoms and starts to recover. Is ETC going to bottom too? Or is it just going to stay flat or keep falling down, right? If it stays flat or keeps dropping low, it just stays something like that, while Bitcoin is maybe at 80K, 90K, 100K, and, you know, recovering, that's your sign this coin is probably never going to go back to all-time highs. Now, if it does follow Bitcoin, it starts to recover, not as fast, but it does start to recover, right? I would say, you know, obviously you take profits on the way up, you know, at 24 bucks, definitely 40 bucks, and then all-time highs around 73. And if this coin really does become successful, right, one of the top surviving coins, I mean, the all-time highs for the next bull run, you do have a big altcoin season for the surviving altcoins. I would say 126 to 153, right, for ETC. XDB, I got you. XD, never covered this coin, so let me, first time checking it out. Doesn't look too good, to be honest. Looks like this coin came out 2021. It pumped with the market, right, into 2021, and then ever since then it's just been a massive falling knife. Even see, this is a bad sign. If 2025, right, Bitcoin's at all-time highs, you know, a lot of coins are up, and this coin is just that, you know, up here around this level, that's not a good sign, right? That's not a good sign. So I honestly would stay away from this coin. Maybe there's something bullish about it that makes you bullish, but looking at 2025, it didn't really move with the market. I mean, it did move up here, but it's not, you know, going back to 2021's level. And now it broke the bear market low. So it's extremely new lows now. Doesn't look like it wants to bottom out. There's no bottoming signal just yet. The 21 and 25 is resistance. So I would just hold out on this coin, to be honest. But yeah, shout out to all of you guys. You guys killed it today. Thank you guys for 20,000 likes. Thank you for the roses I just saw right now. Shout out to Gav's dad. Yeah, oh man, I just saw it right now. Thank you. Shout out to Gav's dad for the 151 goats. Appreciate it. I didn't have this the gift notification here. I just saw it now. But thank you, Gav's dad. Thank you, Kevin, also for the 1 heart. And I'll probably be live again tomorrow. Hopefully TikTok doesn't restrict my live stream. But I'll be live again tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Follow if you're new, put the notification bell. And again, if you guys want to get my new indicator that is coming out soon, if you want to get my mini course, the 8 signals to buy the bottom, just coming out August 1st, check out the school community. You get all that in just one package. You get all my indicators, all my mini courses, all my charts, like the live charts right here. You can see my mini courses, the live charts, and you get access to one-on-one with me. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Shout out to all of you guys in here. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, peace.